What's going on, people? This is your boy DJ A-Ron alongside my brother, as always, Cornbread, for another episode of the A Squared podcast, episode 225. We are here back with another one. My brother, how are you?
Rest in peace. Good.
Okay, who we got to send this one out to?
Y'all see behind me, bro. Y'all see
Hove?
the Colts, bro.
Oh, I thought you was going to say, oh, I'm saying, oh, don't do me like that, Jesus.
Colts is in my blood, man. There's a couple things when I pass and they do my autopsy, it's gonna be like some cornbread sprinkles, bro. It's gonna be a little Illinois State in there. And there's definitely gonna be some blue and white, man, to the Colts, sure, man. So the owner, Jim Irsay, man, rest in peace to him. He's been he took over the organization after his father gave it to him. His father's the one who moved him from Baltimore to Indiana overnight, Now he's passed, and I think I don't know if the 3 daughters that he has is getting the organization, or I don't know how they divvied up. Maybe the oldest, right. I don't know. It's to be determined, but right. Colt Nation took a hit this week, man. But so rest in peace to him, and anybody who lost anybody this week, man. But right. I just had to get that piece off before we get into it. DJ, what's up with you, bro?
Let me speak on that real quick. I watch clips of First Take every day, bro. Monday through Friday, I watch some clips just to see what's going on, what I missed, whatever. I didn't see them say nothing about him, bro.
Damn.
I swear I didn't see no clips on YouTube. Nothing. So they might have rolled one of those rest in pieces or whatever the case may be, but I didn't see not one clip. And then also I didn't see nothing else on around news outlets.
So Pat McAfee did.
Okay, and that would make sense.
But he's tied to the organization.
He's tied to the organization, right. Yeah.
So you think if Jerry Jones would have passed, it would have been unlimited news. I got you.
Unlimited, bro. It would have been on every outlet, every single thing. So, understand. And the Colts won after them. So, I don't, you know what I'm saying? They haven't won since the 90s. At least the Colts have been relevant.
Right, that's a fact.
Maybe in media, they're not as relevant as the Cowboys, of course, but still, you would think you would hear more from this. But yeah, definitely rest in peace to him, man. So
no, I appreciate that.
Everything's been good, man. Just staying busy, staying working. Podcast is doing great. Thank you guys for all tuning in and listening. We appreciate it. Sometimes we got to take a little time to get the next episode out, but man, hey, we working. Just know that much. Just know we working.
Yeah, we busy, man, and we cooked up another interview for y'all, man. Yep. So stay tuned for that, man. Come on, man. We got something for y'all, man.
Absolutely. I'm almost tempted to name this podcast before we even start, man.
All right, talk to us, man.
We might have to name this Versus, bro.
Versus? Okay.
Yeah. Everybody versing everybody.
Okay.
And the number one person on my Versus list is Orlando Johnson, bro. That's a whole name.
I don't know nothing about it. What happened, man?
The Juice Man, Dr. Juice, whatever you want to call him, man. I'm chilling with the fam, bro. I'm watching a movie.
Shout out to OJ, man.
Man, I'm watching a movie. I'm chilling. Phone rings. I was this close to be like, man, I'll just call this dude back tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
But we are living in a time where if somebody call you, if you can, you might want to answer because you never know what's going on. So I answer the phone. To the audience out there, there's some type of trend or something going on where people call you and say good night and sweet dreams, bro. I'm on the internet all day, every day. Cornbread. I'm on there all day, every day. I'm in the comments. I'm reading everything, bro.
Yeah.
Somehow I didn't get this memo, bro.
And that's surprising because I would have been on the receiving end of this, not you. So I'm very confused.
No.
But I would have hung up, though. So, I mean, continue.
So,
yo. What's up with it, bro? What's up, man? What you up to, man?
Nothing but to put my daughter to sleep and it's putting in it. What's good with you?
Nothing, man. Just about to lay it down myself. I want to tell you good night, man. Have a good night, man. Sweet dreams.
Hey, bro, don't ask me. Let me tell you something, bro. I only with y'all. Y'all, whatever y'all got, you ain't fuck.
I just want to make sure you had a good night, bro. Dang. Brother love. Brother love.
It's like sending me a heart. You can say God bless you.
Oh my goodness, man. Hey, good night, man. But
You called me with that bullshit. And I didn't know what was going on.
That's
right?
how battered men are, but in black men.
Yeah.
We can't even say this to each other, bro.
No.
That's how bruised and battered we are. We're traumatized, bro.
We are.
Yeah. Love is a negative thing over here.
It is. It is. Don't say that to me, bro. 3 minutes later, a video comes out, bro. It's me.
Oh my God.
3 minutes later, in a span of less than 5 minutes, he got 5 people, bro. I'm hot. I'm steaming, bro. I'm steaming. Yeah, he got me, man. But hey, believe me, I'm gonna get my comeback. I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna get him back. But that's my verses. Do you have any verses for the week, bro?
Oh, what? First, I've told y'all on plenty of episodes, I live for the verse. That I'm molded by it. But there's one that's, bro, Aaron, I don't take a lot of losses, bro. And if I do, I try to get better so I can challenge the same thing, right? The same giant. Can we play a game, DJ?
Please, let's do it.
It's our favorite continuous game.
Uh-oh.
For the podcast, man. The game is for the new listeners out there. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, man.
Yep.
A2 Pod and then A2podcast.com.
Right.
We're gonna play a game called Guess How Much Cornbread's Oil Changes.
We already played this one.
This is a new record, DJ.
It's a new record?
We usually play this game every I get about 2 or 3 oil changes a year.
That's true. That's true.
First off, I do not recommend that. Don't do that. But that's me. It is what it is. We just played this game about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're playing it again, but it has nothing to do with the oil change, DJ.
All right.
So how much do you think me taking my car in this time?
Again? After the last time, last time I went high. I said like 900, but you got like some discounts. Yeah, because they said they didn't want to take the whole engine out.
And I was like, hey, I ain't worried about it. Yeah, but
so I think you said you paid 7 something, right? So this time I'm gonna go a little lower. This time I'm gonna say if you already paid the 7, you can't pay another 7, bro. That's impossible. I'm gonna say 350.
Okay. So, Aaron, you already have the answers to the test because this is the story that you were bringing up.
Oh, okay. So, I'm just making sure. Okay.
But the listeners don't know.
Right.
So, for you guys out there, my car was making a rattling noise all week, bro. If one thing you know about me, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. Number 2, my car is 16 years old. That's like telling a 90-year-old, hey, you got high blood pressure. You got high. We know. Like that's not news. So my car making a rattle noise, I'm like, hey, it's a cold. It'll get over it.
It's normal.
It's normal. Let me get in some of this tussing, then we're gonna keep it pushing. At the end of that week, DJ, picking up my son, my car shuts off. I said, God damn, hold on. Let me put it in park because it wasn't even in park. I was stopped. Put it in park, turn it off. The real way, turn it off.
Right.
Turn it back on. It start back up. I said, I don't know. Maybe that shit, it got COVID or something, but we Gucci now. I go another 3 inches. It shuts off again. I said, this is not good. Not good. So I do the same thing, turn it off, turn it back on. And this time I'm like, all right, I got to pull over because this is bad. I just got off the highway, which is, very lucky they didn't turn off on the highway.
That's very true.
Turn to the side, get on side street, still go pick up my son, get back, get the car towed because it won't turn on anymore. Get it towed to Toyota. The next day they call me, and this is Mother's Day weekend. Shout out to all the mothers out there, Mother's Day as well. They call me. So I've had my car for 16 years, and I know by how the technician talks to me what's going on with the car.
You already know.
That's how good I am. I studied this car. I know it. So First time he calls, he don't know who I am because I just got my car, sit it there, like, overnight. He was like, I don't know why I have your car. I got some keys. I don't even know what your car looks like, where it is, nothing. So I gave him all the information. He said, bet, I'm going to call you back later today after we run it. It's going to cost $200, but that's what the number is. I said, cool, right. Take the 2. It's good. Let's get it. Aaron, you're the phone. You ring, and I'm going to answer.
I'm calling you?
Yeah, you calling me. I'm the dealership.
All right. Ring, ring, ring.
This is the first thing he says.
What did he say, bro?
Mr. Adams? I said, shit.
If y'all only knew, true story, if y'all only knew that Antonio stands on principle. Antonio is not getting another car until this car blows up or ends up on Diddy's blow up car list. He's not getting another car.
And I'm still low key going to be like, is it really dead?
Is it really dead?
I got to see its head chopped off. Then I'm like, all right.
Right.
So he said, Mr. Adams, what's wrong, bro? He said, so that rattling noise that you were hearing is your water, let's say the water pump, the water coolant to cool off your engine.
Yeah.
He said you didn't have one the whole week. It got so hot, the core or like the tubes to give the water that it could transport to, they said they incinerated off and they fell off. Jesus. I said, damn.
And you just had an oil change, so how does that even happen?
How do y'all miss this, right?
Yeah,
I'm confused. I'm confused. But they said, yeah, but it happened after the oil change. So that is true. That's not, I didn't know if it was like if they could catch it, but this was after the fact. So I said, cool. I said, all right, man, let's talk turkey, bro. What is it? What is it to fix it, bro? He said, well, to fix this, for us to order a new one, which is going to have to be overnight, then we got to do parts and labor, all this other crap, right? He said, just for the part, it's $700. I said, oh, my God. All right. I said, well, how much is it with the parts, like the labor and stuff? He said, it's going to take a minute, so it'll probably be about $900. I said, when do you need to know by? He said, well, it's Mother's Day weekend and we close, so you need to let me know by, the end of the day so we can get this thing going. I said, cool. All right, I'll let you know if I'm gonna pay it. Bet. He said, that's not the worst part. I said, what? That's the good news? He said, yeah. What's wrong? He said, when you don't have cool water and air don't go to your engine, you destroy your engine. So you can pay for this part and the engine still be bad. Now you owe now you got to replace the whole engine. I said, how much is an engine? DJ, how much you think an engine is?
I mean, you can get some at the junkyard for around $3,500, sometimes less, depending on the model. Your car engine don't even exist no more.
To the listeners out there, I've only taken my car to Toyota. Only. But that's also why it's lasted 16 years.
That's true, yeah.
Over time, I've, quote unquote, wasted money in people's eyes. But to me, I've gained money because I didn't have to buy a new car. All those people who tell me I need a new car have got a new car in 16 years. All those people. They're 100%. Yep. So I don't listen to y'all, unfortunately. I don't. So he said, yeah, it's going to cost about $5,000 for you to get a new engine. And that's just the engine. Now the parts and labor, all separate. Oh, my God. So we looked at another $8,000 to $10,000, bro. My car is probably worth, if y'all went to the grocery store and bought a pack of gum, and it was on sale, my car probably is less than that. That's how much my car is worth.
The juicy fruit.
The old classy one. So I said, oh man, so now I gotta pay almost $1,000 to potentially lose it because the engine might not take. All right. So debate it. All right, bet. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I gotta see. I'm about to waste $1,000. I gotta see if it works. Do the money. He said, "Are you sure, Mr. Adams?" Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go.
Because he know it's not gonna work.
He know it might not look good, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, what if he only got $10? He like, I can't be throwing away $1,000 on a hope, right? But hey, Hey, and it's smart. Once again, what I'm telling y'all, don't do what I do. Do not, listeners, do not do what Cornbread does, but I'm going to do it. Cool, $1,000, send it. I'll know the next day. Next day come about mid-evening. Ring the phone again, DJ.
I hate to do it. I hate to do it. Ring, ring, ring. Is this Mr. Adams?
Hey, Mr. Adams. I said, yeah. I said, yes, sir.
We back at it, baby.
He said, your car's ready to be picked up. I said, we Gucci? Engine and everything?
Shit.
He said, yeah, for some reason. It was, say less. I'm on the way. Click.
All right.
So $980 later.
Yeah.
My car's back kicking.
I love it,
I took
bro.
it on a little joyride and everything. So yeah, that's my versus, DJ. So me and my car have had a love. I love it. It might hate me, but it's a love hate relationship. But we trying to make the 17 years, man. So that's my versus.
Shout out to your car, man.
Thank you, man.
Still rolling, man. I love it. I love
Toyota Corolla to the listeners out there. That's what I'm driving. So if y'all are trying to look for a new car, get it.
I said the minimal, the lightest thing you could do is take it through a car wash. Antonio looked at me and said, "For what?"
Car wash. Man,
and I'm thinking. Now I'm on your side. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, if you were to run it through a car wash, that shit might not make it through there. It's because now you're doing something different, bro. It don't like no different. Your car don't like nothing different.
I said this before. My car is a backyard car. It's a junkyard. Do not feed it filet mignon. For what? It's going now it's messing up its stomach. Now my car used to, you know what I'm saying? I give it bones. There you go. Eat that. Stay in the rain, in the heat. But it's gonna live to be 1,000.
I love it.
If I bring it in the house, start feeding it, cooking for it, showering it, gave it a bath, a massage, it's gonna fall apart, bro. Because they don't know what's going on. No, so that's my versus, DJ.
All right, moving along, guys. We have another versus.
Another verse? Okay.
WNBA kicked off again.
Okay.
Everybody's. I've seen more excitement for the W now more than ever. It's really picked up steam. People are loving the games. They're attending the games a lot more, and a lot of that is because of Caitlin Clark. And what she has brought to NCAA, and alongside Angel Reese, who also brought in that feud, that fire. People want to see them play. So of course the W is going to kick it off between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky.
Yeah.
Now I knew all eyes were going to be on this game. I knew it. It was a great crowd. Everything was, going as planned. But something said, no, bro, we got to see some argument. We got to see something got to happen, because the storyline is too, it's a lot, between the two of them and the rival and everything out there, right? So Caitlin Clark goes in for a hard foul on Angel Reese, which is a part of basketball. That's a part of the game. Hard fouls, whatever. It's just a part of the game. It's just like the NBA. It's the same thing. Angel Reese jumps up, tries to run after her teammates, grabbing teammates, just like the NBA. And I'm going to keep putting that comparison there because everybody's acting like this is different, and I don't like that. It's the same argument that people had when the WNBA was, don't argue, why are they not acting ladylike? They need to act like, no, this is competitive sports, and not only that, this is professional sports. Right. I need that action. You know what I'm saying? That's what sports is. So I keep bringing up the fact that, it's the same as the NBA. But did you see the foul? Did you think it was a dirty foul? And let's start there on just that. Where the foul was. So
let me add more context to what the statements you just said, right? So how popular this sport is becoming, right?
Yes.
WNBA. I moved to Atlanta 13 years now. I've been here 13 years. When I got here, let's say year 2, people were handing out WNBA tickets. Hey, what you doing tomorrow night? It's a kid. Come to the WNBA game, huh? Giving them tickets. That's how much they were worth. Yeah. Free. Begging, please come to these games. We need audience other than the goddamn one media person writing on these teams, right?
Right.
Cool.
Right.
For context, you just said the fever is through the water, right? Because of Caitlin Clark, obviously Angel Reese, right?
Yep.
The Fever, Indiana Fever, sold out their season tickets. Sold out. Every game sold out at home.
Yep.
In 1 hour. That's how popular this game is becoming.
Correct.
This is how much it's growing. So now the resale tickets are ridiculous. A courtside ticket, I looked it up. A courtside ticket for an Indiana Fever game, $1,300.
Yeah.
$1,300, and that's a regular season game. So it's blowing up. But to answer the question, did I see it? I watched the game first half. At halftime, I took my little brother, because I was home, took my little brother to the store. And when I come back, I got all the news that they was fighting. I said, bro, this is what I've been waiting on. Why they couldn't do this when I was watching her whole? Wait till I get back. God dang it.
Yeah.
So I saw the replay. I'm like, it look like a normal foul to me. Like So I think, in my opinion, where Caitlin messed up is stand up on it. I fouled you. And when you got in my face, hey, I didn't mean to foul you that hard. It's just a normal foul. Yeah. I'm standing on what I did, but I'm apologizing, right?
Right.
But when you don't stand on what you did, now it's malice behind it. It feels like you did it on purpose. That's where the problem happened.
And then turn around and walk
away
shoo him off like, all right, make it out of here.
Let me hide my hands, even though I just threw 1,000 rocks, right?
Yeah.
The perception looks like that.
Right.
So that's why I think Caitlin Clark was wrong. Not the foul. The foul looked normal to me.
Right.
Angel Reese, maybe let's say she was hurt, so that's why she's acting all like, oh man, you hurt my leg, or you could hurt me, which could be true, right? Yeah. But how she reacted is what it is. But just say, hey, no, I didn't do that on purpose, bro. We playing basketball, my fault. I think it would have been a non-story. But it turns into a story because of how she reacted.
Turns into a story, exactly. And that's exactly how I feel about it too, Antonio. I sat there and I watched it. I did think Angel Reese did overreact a little bit, but it's not as much as the media has blown it up to be, you know. And so I start there. And then I move to, also, I just want to add this as well. Now we have media outlets talking about this, which is bringing more eyes to the product, which is the same thing of the NBA. It's the exact same thing. You're bringing headlines. We need headlines to talk about the game. We can't just talk about, oh, they scored this and they scored this. All right, move on. No, we need headlines. This is the headline. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. There is no comparison to the players. Because Caitlin Clark is a guard, that's number one, and Angel Reese is a forward. So it's not the same position, but the people are trying to put them as if they are the same. They're the storyline, but we sit here and be honest. Caitlin Clark is the better player. She's great at her position. She's wonderful. She's putting eyes on the product. She's great. Angel Reese in her own way is doing the exact same thing. I've never seen a lady hooper like this that can grab 20 rebounds, bro. On the other hand, I've seen a person miss as many layups as her. I don't know how you right there, bro. You're right there, and you missing the layups. So she has things that she needs to work on too. Caitlin Clark got things she need to work on too. But also, Antonio, let's keep it right here because I want to bring up the other verses, which is Ryan Clark versus RG3. When you're talking media, Antonio, do you realize when they talk about a white player versus how they talk about black players in certain circumstances? Can you talk on that a little bit? How you feel about the media and how they portray certain races?
Yeah. So that specific situation I haven't been following on, so you have to give specifics on that, right?
Okay.
But you asked me a general question, so I'll just keep it general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give examples. So if you have a black, let's say quarterback, I'll use quarterbacks. I don't know. I'm trying to answer your question.
Yeah.
If you have a black quarterback telling orders, right, to their players, but he's yelling at them, you say he's berating them, or he can't control his emotions. If you have a white quarterback saying the exact same thing to their players, now they're passionate. Now they're leaders, right? Or they care more than their teammates. So it doesn't happen it happens way less than it used to, but it's still there.
Right.
So I think as media, I think as podcasters, I think as the audience, they have to take those trigger words and come up with your own assessment. Don't believe whatever the announcer said or the newscaster said as truth. Take it as that's their opinion. And I think that's where we have a problem with of people are saying 2 + 2 is 4. We all know that that's a fact. But now when people are saying 2 + 2 is 5, we have to say that's not a fact. Or that's your interpretation of 2 + 2, but that's not mine. Mine's still 4, right? So I think we need to do a better assessment of just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's true. And I think that's the kind of what the answer your question and what you're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going with it.
Got you.
Angel Reese is a thug. She's angry. She's always looking to pick a fight. She looks mean. She's not smiling. Look at her. She's at the club and she's got a podcast. She doesn't really care about basketball. Look at Caitlin Clark. She's an American hero. She is so phenomenal. She's giving back to the community. She loves Indiana, so on and so forth. These are the pictures that are being painted against these two women.
Agree.
This is the problem that I have. Because when you get an Angel Reese that's standing at the free throw line shooting and the crowd is making monkey noises, for number one, security needs to be finding these people and getting them out the game. That's number one. Y'all got great technology to where if you walk into a football stadium now, they have where they can recognize you if you're banned. If you're banned, they can facial recognition is in the NFL. If they see you at a game, they will come and remove you from the game. They have this technology. So if you're saying these things, if you're doing this stuff, there's hundreds of people around them. You can't tell me there ain't no black folks around her that don't hear this. Somebody is going to point out the person that's doing this, get them out of there.
Well,
this is
and just to add to that, it's also location based.
Absolutely.
You hear these stories in Indiana. You hear them in Utah, right? Boston. You hear in Boston. You don't hear this in Chicago. You don't hear this in California. Right. You don't hear it in Florida. You don't hear it in Texas. Because guess what? That one person who did it will be dealt with.
Right then and there.
Right? But you have hundreds of thousands of people doing it. Then that's where it's hard. Unless you're going to kick everybody out, it's hard to find that one specific person. Yeah. Right? I do get what you're saying. It's in only certain locations that they do this.
Right. So when Angel Reese is being pointed out as a thug and so on and so forth, this is where RG3 kind of comes in and he starts talking about how he feels that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Like he thinks that she believes that she should be the one talked about and not Caitlin Clark. In the same sentence and in the same context of everything that he's saying, he's also talking about how great white women are. He's also been on record for saying that he loves white women. He loves white milk, as he would say. And he has said this in front of a lot of different people.
And he's married to a white woman.
And he's married to a white woman. Mm-hmm. So that's where Ryan Clark comes in and he says, well, I hear you. I respect what you're saying, but you don't know how difficult it is being a black woman and dealing with black problems because you've been married not once, but twice to a white woman. Mm-hmm. RG3 comes back, responds. But in his response, Antonio, his wife is sitting behind him, sipping tea, as he talks about black women and the situation and everything. She just sipping tea. It's an ugly look, bro. Especially because she's being arrogant while she's sitting back there making the facial expressions and, things like that. And so when I seen that, I'm just thinking to myself, it really becomes disgusting to me at how people look at black women and black people in general. Like you said, especially in certain areas. But to me, when you're a black man, I feel like at least you should have respect for all women. You should have respect for all women. And him pointing his fingers consistently at the black lady, you know what I'm saying? This is not the first time that he's done this. It's kind of gets sickening to me, man. To that, I just ask you, what's your thoughts on that?
Just based off of what you said, like I said, I have no context. I didn't see anything.
You got to go check it out
about it.
It's ugly. I'm just saying the look of it was very ugly.
Yeah, I think So let me be the judge in this, right? I don't have a side. I'm just trying to make sure the rules are the same on both sides, right? From the outside looking in, it seems like RG3 was making an opinion about somebody, right?
Yes.
The sports Angel Reese. The backlash came to him personally. Now it seems like he's trying to protect his wife. Protecting your wife, I don't think he's wrong in that. No matter what she looks like, right? No matter who it is, I think he's trying to protect his wife. I think what he's going to have the problem with, though, is he's raising 2 black daughters. I think that's what, and he came from a black mother. And let's say he has black sisters. I don't know about the sisters part, but I'm just saying where somebody says something negative about your wife or a white woman, you protect them, right? Yes. He's protecting them. But now if somebody says something about your mom, your sister, your daughters, who they're mixed, but I think it's going to be harder to convince somebody that they're white than black. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not mixed, so I can't answer that. Are you going to make those same videos? Are you going to protect those people as well?
Right.
And I think overall, that's what Ryan Clark is saying.
I think that I 100% agree with you, and I think I 100% agree with you, bro. I think that's where he was coming from.
Protect them the same there.
Protect everybody the same.
Protect everybody the same.
He said I met his wife. His wife is more than just white milk. Like as he was saying. She's more than that.
That's a crazy statement, first off.
And I think we've all been around, we've all had those friends. I've had friends that say certain things about, they have a preference. They love white women. That's their preference, but they keep the respect on both sides, though. That's what I'm saying. So whatever your preference is, that's fine. But I'm just saying, when you're championing one side and not championing the other side, I think that's where my problem comes in at.
I'm with you. Yeah, I got you.
So what else going on in the world? We got more verses to get to.
I got another versus. I got one for you.
Okay.
So this one is the president versus the military. To the listeners out there, if you know someone who is transgender and in the military, Trump has ordered that they have until 6/7, so that's June 7th of this year. They have to either unlist if they're transgender or switch how they identify in the military. So what that means is when Biden was in president, right? Transgenders can enlist in the military and they don't have to put male or female, right? They could put unknown, they could put, non-binary or whatever. They don't identify as anything, right? And it passed through. Now Trump is saying, no, absolutely not. You have to either unlist if you're transgender, because this is saying it's blank. So you got to fill it out. And remember, he took away only male or female on birth certificates and all that, right? So, so it's coming to the military now. So they either have to unlist. This is a no harm, no foul. You can unlist and it's safe. You can go live about your life. Or if you want to stay in the military, you have to put male or female. Or they're going to kick you out. And then now I think that's going to come with, I think that's a felony or something like that. Something crazy if you get kicked out of the military. Yeah. So, hey, like I said, we'll see what June is. But if the listeners out there, if you know anyone in that situation, or look this story up and follow it too, man. But it's getting hot out there too. It's gonna be a cold summer, DJ.
Facts.
That's my verses I got with that. Or what do you think about it? I'm sorry. What do you think?
Let me say this. Dear President Trump, at some point you're not going to have enough soldiers.
Facts.
Then you're going to ask people to join the military, and they not going, cuz it's too much internet out here. They not going. Then you're going to have to do a draft. And let me tell you this. I'm telling you, the youth, right? If you're talking about 18 to 21, they not going, bro. They're going to jail. They would rather go to jail than serve in the military. This is not 1970. This is not 1980. You better
and this ain't 9/11. Remember, a lot of people enlisted after 9/11.
Absolutely, because it was all about fight for your country, and it's about payback. It's about you see what they did to us
24 years ago.
Pat Tillman, rest in peace, Pat Tillman,
Man,
dropped
rest in
out the
peace.
military, dropped out NFL to go
NFL.
to the military. They don't make them no more.
I agree.
They don't make them no more, bro.
I agree.
I tell my son right now, I got a letter. Oh man, they say you got to join the military. He's coming to the basement and turning on Call of Duty, bro. He's not going. He's not going. And that's after he go hoop. He gonna go hoop first, and then he gonna come back home, get on Call of Duty, and then he gonna go to sleep and go to school.
That is his military.
That's going to be repeat.
The gulag. He trying to survive.
That's all. That's all he got.
Yep,
so hey,
sure.
you better be careful. You better be
DJ.
careful. I'll tell you that much. You better be careful. It's crazy out here.
Mm-hmm.
Another versus. Man, this is the big one. Let's just get it out the way.
You want me to talk about my other one before you go to that one or no?
Yeah, you do yours. You do yours, bro.
All right. Another versus. Let's talk about life. The love of life versus Chicago.
Okay.
For the 13th straight year, Chicago is goddamn the murder capital.
Yeah.
13th straight year. This is disgusting, bro. Do y'all not like life?
No.
What's going on? Do y'all like... I guarantee them thugs out there, and once again, don't think that I'm talking about black males and when I say thugs.
Facts.
And I think that goes into what we're saying.
Absolutely.
That didn't come with a person or a gender or a race. Thugs out there, if they see somebody smiling on the playground, they hate it. Now they just need to murder somebody. Like, because somebody mean mugged you, now I need to kill their whole family. That's the type of energy, that's the type of mindset that people are having, bro. We got to do better, bro. We got to do better. I don't, and I say we because we from there, bro. How many gangs did we grow up with around, people doing the gang signs and all this other stuff? And then that's the cool. Okay, you're doing that in middle school, high school, elementary, even as young adults. That's the cool thing to do. But y'all not really knowing what y'all signing up for, bro. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. And it's disgusting, man. But 13 straight year, murder capital. I don't know. We got to break that. Hopefully this year, 2025, I ain't looked at their statistics, but we got to do better, DJ. Go ahead, man.
And then in the same sense, I have a conversation with one of my homeboys that's from Jersey, and all he talking about is Philly. He talking about Philly this and Philly that. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you, bro. But Chicago doing this. He's like, yeah, that's true. But, you know, Philly, let me tell you, Philly was flipping. And I had to think to myself, bro, are we comparing who killing who the most, bro? This is a disgusting conversation. This is insane.
And just for more context, so people don't, this the thing too. This is per capita. Yeah. So Chicago is the fourth biggest city in the U.S. So they have way more people. So more people are dying. Now, if there's a city out there that it's only 10 people and 8 of them got murdered, then of course that don't go there. Like that, the odds are terrible, right? So that's what we're saying. Yes, Philly might have, because it has less people, might have murdered per capita more. Cool. It's still not good. I'm talking about murder capital as overall.
Right.
Chicago. That's what we're saying. So look at the numbers. That's what they say. Men lie when numbers don't. It is when you're specific. You got to pay attention to the numbers. But go ahead, DJ.
It's ugly, man. It's definitely ugly.
It's ugly.
Another versus, and this is disgusting to me, bro. And it, Remy Ma and Papoose.
Yeah.
All right, let me just start this off real quick. These are two individuals that don't never get on the internet, bro. You never see Remy on the internet. She on the internet talking about if it's not an album or a song out or whatever, you never see her nowhere.
For sure.
Papoose dropped like a 10 song whatever, and you never you don't see him. You just he put out whatever he put out, and then that's it. Like you don't see him. They were the definition, if you will, of black love. Like that's what they was talking about. That's what it was. Like he held her down when she was in prison. She got out. You know, he was right there. She came out with music. He was right there. Only time you see them is in a positive light. That's all you see. Remy. I clicked on a live, right? So let's see what Remy talking about.
Right.
She talked in circles for 4 minutes I said, I'm not watching another minute of this.
Hey,
Close out.
what she
I
say?
hopped in the shower. Got fresh, bro. Came downstairs. About to make some dinner. I'm getting excited. Look on Twitter. Look on my social media feed. I said, 64 minutes?
Yeah.
I said, no, she accidentally left it on. This is Snoop Dogg after he played Madden, bro. He just forgot to turn the stream off. That's all this is. She's still talking, bro.
Yep.
I said, I'm not watching this. Close it out. I make food. The food is cooking. Go wash my hands. Pick my phone up. 80 minutes, bro. She's still talking. I said, no. This ain't it. This is ugly, bro. I understand. I want to start out by saying this. I understand the logic, which is I'm protecting my brand and who I am. So if you're tarnishing my brand, I'm on the internet, not necessarily just talking to you, but I'm talking to the people saying that I didn't do this. But we didn't grow up like that, bro. I think Papoose like 46 years old or something like that. So to start doing that now is ugly. He online going live, she online going live. And these are people that we saw and we, like I said, we thought of as black excellence. I think it's extremely ugly. They all got kids and kids are involved in this stuff. And I just think it's super ugly, bro. I didn't want to talk about it when they first broke up because you never know what's going on in somebody's life, right?
For sure.
But it's just getting ugly. And these are two people that we like. You know what I'm saying? We love them. We love them as artists, individuals. You know what I'm saying? That we've seen them out doing positive things. And to see it like this is ugly. What you think?
So we had Easy the Block Captain on. Shout out to him, friend of the show, man. We interviewed him a couple years ago. So he's the one who's in the quarrel of who Remy Ma was cheating with, right? So I think it is ugly. Obviously, when there's infidelity involved, it's always going to be emotions and passion involved and anger. But it looks like both of them moved on. So I'm confused on like, hey, both of y'all, if both of y'all are happy in your current situation, I think both of them say they were waiting to get divorced, but yet something's the hold up. So it's confusing. Like, if both of y'all want to do it, then why are y'all both holding it up, right? Or somebody
because it's two people that don't really want to do it.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's the point.
Yeah. So it sounds crazy, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm confused about. But I don't know who's true and who's not. I don't know, and I don't care, honestly. It's just entertainment. I'm a kiki and ha about it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, they got to figure that thing out, bro. They'll figure it out.
It's two people that really don't want to be divorced. I think that's ultimately what it is. You know, you have a girl, you guys break up, but you still have feelings for her. And even if you move on to another person, that person is really just filling that void, that loss that you have from the other partner, you know, especially if it's a short amount of time. We talking about, I think him and Clarissa Shields been together for like 8 months, like that. You know what it's like the first 8-9 months of the first year of a relationship is all peaches and cream. But when you've been with somebody for 14 or 15 years, that's a total different.
For sure.
That's a total different thing. So, yeah, that's another Versus out there. Comment below. Let us know what y'all think about that one. I think I got one more. No, I don't have another Versus, but have you heard?
You talk about shit, the United States of America versus Diddy. Shit, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. What a mess. A mess. Can we get to the funny of the story though?
Yeah, get to it, man.
Disclaimer: if you have sensitive ears, I would get out of this part of the video.
How long are we gonna give them? You gonna talk about it for what? 4 minutes, 3 minutes?
Sure, I don't care. I don't even care, bro. I gotta get your opinion on this.
All right, so let's go 5 minutes starting now. So come back at 49 after. 49 minutes. Skip 5 minutes. So go ahead, DJ. 49 minutes, and then we'll pick back up.
It is alleged that Diddy a light getting semen put on his chest and having his girl Cassie lick it up. You know, I'm a freaky boy, bro. But there's some shit out there that just ain't it, bro. That ain't it. I don't know how I've never even heard of that. Like he has things alleged against him I've never even heard of, bro. I've never even seen these things before. These are things that are not on, well, they could actually be on websites, but I'm not searching for that. So how do you find out about that? Let's start there.
My opinion is, I think we are starting to understand that there are levels in everything. So like, there might be somebody out there I'm a millionaire, right? I'm the billionaire, but somebody has more money than you. So actually they're higher than you. I'm the fastest. Yeah, you won your state. Now there's nationals. I'm the fastest at nationals. Okay, great. Now there's a thing called the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels in what you're doing. To all the people watching this, you either know a freak, have seen a freak, or you are the freak. Until you listen to this case, you've been playing around. You the appetizer, bro. You've been playing around because this is some crazy stuff, bro.
Now I'm gonna throw this in.
Go ahead, DJ.
Like you said, bro, it's levels to this, bro.
It's levels, dog.
He's a billionaire, or was.
He a thousandaire now.
Ain't no way that they released a list of like 12 or 16 people that were that they were called to have these sexual acts to. And when the list came out and the pictures came out, I said, oh, it's going to be some, you know what I'm saying, some fine girls in there. It's going to be some, you know what I'm saying, some handsome men in there, bro. Bro, how do you find the bottom of Backpage, bro? How do you find the worst of Backpage?
It's a lot of dudes. He ain't hitting nothing.
So he want to watch a beautiful girl get ran by a homeless dude, bro. I've never seen no mess like this. And then what did she get out of this? Like, I've never seen a girl that say, I only like ugly niggas. That's all I like.
Well, see, and that's the thing too. If you read between the lines, he's not afraid of her leaving him for them. So it's the power of, let me find the ugly dude or whoever going, but she can't leave me because financially I need to take care of her or the optics look good. He got mad when she was talking to who? Drake, Chris Brown, Kid Cudi, because those people have money and influence too. He don't like that.
That's true.
He don't like that. He don't like it at all. Don't like it.
So yeah, but that's the crazy thing about it. Just keeping it short and simple, I would say, basically listening to both sides. I've had conversation with women about this and why women go back, even though they leave and they're completely gone, but they end up going back anyway. And one explanation was told to me, it's kind of like, let's say if you ran away from you ran away from your slave master and you finally did get away, but once you get a taste of that freedom, you don't really understand how to navigate the freedom because you've always been taken care of, even though it was in the worst way. So they go back and they rather be safe in that environment in regards of, yeah, might beat my ass, he might do this, that, and the third, but I got food on the table, I got a bed, I got this, that, and the third, and that's the reason why they go back. To men, I think that's on the outside. Like for me, I'm gonna speak for me. I had a hard time understanding that logic, because if you're arguing with me that you wanted to get away, or if you're arguing that you wanted to get away, but you also say, I need $20 million or I'm going to put a tell-all book out. Okay, so you're not going to give me the money. So now I'm going to put the video out. That's extortion to me.
Yeah, I agree.
So now you've been away. You've been gone. You've been away. So that kind of was my argument was, is she as a part of this organization as she was the victim too. She was a victim, but is she a part of the organization as well because of that?
To the listeners, we're at 49 minutes. So
y'all good. We serious now.
Yeah. I have one more statement, then we can move on or whatever. But I agree with what you're saying. From what I'm viewing, what they're charging him with is not what they're arguing. And I think so either they're setting the table up for the big reveals later, or they're way off of the mark. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to do a better job of this. All these witnesses, all these stories, all those are truths and guilty of something. Yeah. But not what we're in court for. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they need to do a better job.
And I hope they're not leaning on that too much to where where the jury is going to be like, well, that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
And so I think that was the situation.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah. Is there anything else that's out there that we got to talk about, bro? NBA finals. NBA.
Go ahead. Yep.
Let's talk NBA real quick. So we got our Eastern Conference finals going on. We got the Knicks and we got the Pacers. Big deal because that was a rivalry back in the day. You know, Spike Lee versus Reggie Miller. Big deal. And first game, I don't know how it happened, bro. The Knicks collapsed. Did you see the game?
I did, man. Great game. They were blowing them out. At least when I was watching, they was up by like 14, 15.
17 at one point.
At 17 at one point, but it was still too early, and they were making careless mistakes, missing free throws, turning the ball over, celebrating when y'all need to be getting back on defense. So those habits are not healthy habits. I think sometimes that's the problem too. Mm-hmm. People win and think that they won, so they're not going to go back and watch the game film and correct those. Compared to if you would have lost, you're going to go back and watch and how to get better, right? Right. So I think the Knicks is like, all right, well, we got to take this away, so we lost. Good. Game 2 didn't work. Didn't work, bro. You know, Pacers, they like a college team, bro. They running and gunning. They're playing team basketball.
Halliburton ran damn near to the rim, turned around, ran all the way back to shoot a 3. Had he not had the KD foot, that would have been regulation, but it took him to overtime. Yep, so we got so now we have Pacers up one. They actually both
sides are up 2-0. Both sides.
Yeah, both sides. They're West Coast.
But East and West changed home now. So now we go to the opposite, the opponent's home. So we'll see how that goes.
So who are you taking out of these games to go to the finals? Let's do that.
Purely because I don't care who wins, right? I'm Magic. So other than that, I ain't rooting for none of them. Purely off of what I'm watching from 2 games from both, my sample size is 2 games, I'm taking OKC because they're playing better team basketball, but with a superstar. Pacers are playing better team basketball as a team. There is no superstar. Yeah. So I like those two facing off in the championship. So OKC versus Pacers.
I'm gonna go with an upset. I want to go with an upset. OKC is tough, bro. I would like to see Ant-Man in the finals. I don't see it happening. Not this year. I think it's OKC's. I think it's their year to go to the finals. I do not see the Pacers being in the finals. I don't think the NBA is going to let them be in the finals. The last time we seen the two small markets, Denver was in the finals and they won, and the ratings were horrible. The NBA is about, ratings as well. What bigger rating would it be than New York versus anybody? Yeah. 2 small market teams, I don't see that happening. And I'm not saying that the games is rigged, but what I'm saying is all these teams are pretty close to each other. And if it comes between a point or 2 or something like that, I can't not see the Knicks getting that win. You know what I'm saying?
They're rigged adjacent.
Yeah.
So they'll skew or make the rules based off to help somebody win.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they can't
make it happen.
They can't make it happen, right? They don't know about injuries. They don't know about shit. These are professionals, but they still miss shots, right? So it is what it is. But we can call certain fouls. We can put people in different positions. We can make somebody travel further, so now you tired. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. I get what you're saying.
That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel, man.
Last thing I got, DJ. So people have voted. We are millennials, so this applies to millennials and up. Okay. for generations. People voted. These are the top 10 useless things that we learned in school, bro.
Okay.
All right. First one, memorizing states and capitals. Remember that?
That's true.
We had to do that. So all these people, like our kids now, don't have to do it because they might do it in school, but everybody got a phone now. So it's like all this stuff we don't even have to think about and try to figure out. How to use a quadratic formula, which is like the A squared plus B squared equals C, something like that, right? How to dissect the animal. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't mind it doing it. We did squids and frogs and stuff. And,
frogs,
and we also did the owl pellets when they like throw up, and it was like in fur, so you have to figure out what the owl ate and stuff. So to me, that was pretty cool. Learning about Shakespeare, because you can just look it up now. You ain't got to read the play and all this other stuff. You can look it up. How to write geometric proofs, which I don't remember that. I don't know. How to use long division.
Yeah.
How to write in cursive. I think that's a lost art because I've spoke about this before when I visited Martin Luther King, his museum, and all of his writings are in cursive, right? That was the normal language back then, just writing. And then the kids couldn't read it. So it looked like Spanish to them. It looked like, because they're like, I don't know what he's saying. So, hey, I just know he had a dream. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, that sucks. Memorizing the digits of pi. Number 2 is memorizing the periodic table. And then number 1 on useless things that we have to do as kids that we don't need to do is play the recorder. Do you remember that, bro?
Play the recorder. Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Like, playing the recorder and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that was the gateway instrument, though.
It could be.
I don't know. Like, I mean, it is useless because nobody plays it, especially professional. But it's like, to me, that's the gateway of, okay, I don't mind playing an instrument. Let me see where this ventures off to, So
right.
I don't know. But they voted and said that was the number 1 useless thing that they had to do, man. So that's food for thought for those listeners out there, bro. And
it all is useless. I don't think I can write anything in cursive now.
Jesus, really? How you sign your name in cursive? What are you talking about?
Bro, I got an AH.
You don't sign anything? What are you talking about?
That is how I sign it. AH.
You sign AH?
You want to see my ID?
Oh my God.
Not A and then H, but it's like an A and an H.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you write out your name, though? I created
my own shit.
Bro.
Because it's a part of the 10 most irrelevant things in Earth. So I just made up my own, created the AH. I'm creative. I'm a creative. I'm a content creator. Ain't that what we do? I'm a content creator. That's what I do.
Bro, the slaves would be so disgusted with us right now, bro.
And that is a fact.
They couldn't read or write, and they had to put X as their signature.
Yeah.
Now we know names and how to write it and look in different fonts and everything. And my man said, I put A and H when it says signature.
Hey, what they say, bro, history repeats itself, man. So one day,
we're going to go back
one
to
day
X.
we might go back.
Well, this AI technology out here, we definitely going back.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Wow. Exactly.
Okay.
So that's all I got today, people. Visit us, asquaredpodcast.com, YouTube at A Squared Podcast. And as I always say, man, all the description is in there at the bottom. Check everything out. If y'all want to jump to a certain part of the segment, you can do that. But Antonio, what do you always tell the people, man?
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the listeners. Appreciate the subscribers and the supporters, man. Keep cooking with us. We 6 years in. We got an interview. You want to put it out next week?
Coming out next week.
Interview next week. So that'll be a YouTube exclusive, and then we'll take the audio too. So make sure y'all support that. I think y'all gonna like this one. This is should we give them kind of what it is or no?
Nope.
Just let them. Okay, never mind.
Nope.
You gonna like it though. You gonna like it.
It's
an exclusive. We talked about a lot of verses, but you should never verse your shoes.
That's a fact.
They gonna help you out. They gonna get you out of the jam. They gonna support you. So always keep those shoes by the feet, DJ. That's what I would tell them, man.
So until next time, it's the A Squared Podcast, y'all. We are out of here. Peace.